Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Financial Seeds podcast, where we believe that financial freedom is built one conversation at a time. I'm your host, JimDre Westbrook, and every week we are here to empower families to go from striving to thriving by having smart, practical money talks. Today's episode, y'all, is the season finale of our very first season of the Financial Seeds podcast. Before we say anything else, I just want to congratulate and thank everyone for being a part of this milestone. Whether you're our producer, Dre, or our co-host, Bree, or you're someone who has liked, subscribed, listened, watched, done all of the things, we couldn't have done it without y'all. So just give yourselves a hand. I'm pretty sure Dre is going to put some stuff on this afterwards, but we just really say, we see you, we appreciate you, we thank you. And I just wanted to share that special moment with us because we really are just excited about what we're doing here at Silver State Schools Credit Union, and we can't do it without y'all. So without further ado, we're going to jump into our season finale episode that talks about the value of money and just teaching kids and students that money just isn't dollars and cents. It's more about the things that come with it, the attitude, the responsibility, and the gratitude that comes with it. So we are really going to focus on that word gratitude during this episode. This is around the holiday season, y'all. So for those who are in the U.S., Thanksgiving, Christmas, right around the corner, and we're really going to focus on that gratitude of money and how that can teach us a very valuable lesson. So again, shout out to producer Dre being in the studio. We got our co-host Bree here as well. And let's get into it. So when we talk about just redefining the value of money, I have a few things that I want to say. Here's the truth. That money has no value until you attach meaning to it, right? So you always kind of see kids at times, may have money in their pockets or maybe money on their phones or their digital wallets, and they really not think about the power of money. I think what's helped is that when we see money as something to give, to grow, and to guide our futures. Because the real value of money isn't in the amount. Again, it's in that awareness, right? It's really about teaching our kids that $10 literally can be wasted in seconds, or it could be invested into something that truly lasts. So it's really about helping them ask these questions. What does this purchase say about what I value? And does this decision align with my goals or just my feelings? Because I believe that that's where the gratitude truly begins. It's when money stops about being more and starts being about meaning. Let me say that again. It's when gratitude begins is where money stops being about just more, but starts being about meaning. So I feel that real lesson isn't, again, we're not trying to just make all the money and just more and more, but it's how to really just appreciate what we truly have in our lives.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned appreciation. I just want to jump in here real quick. I think that this whole kind of lesson today is really about appreciating what we have. Of course, money wise, family wise, it's the holidays. We're already thinking about gratitude and stuff. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable. Yes, this relates to money, but it's also more in theme with everything else. So I think one lesson that I've been learning, I think we are all kind of learning more about gratitude and appreciation as life continues. But I had a really good moment a few years ago. I kind of mentioned it on another podcast that my dad passed a couple years ago. Him and I were very close. And when when he was getting sicker and we kind of started to have those conversations, not with him, but with the family about, like, okay, how many months do we have left? How many weeks do we have left? It was really hard for me because I am a daddy's girl, right? So I started to kind of go through this spiral of like, oh, my dad's not going to be here for this. My dad's not going to be here when and if I get married. My dad might not be here when I have children. And so I was kind of going through this almost like a freak out mode of like, oh, he can't go yet because I haven't done this. I haven't achieved this. I haven't, and I was, at that time, I had a mentor that I was working with, and he was also very close to me. And he told me something that I think really applies here for all of us in terms of appreciation. It's just like such a big life thing, but he kind of said to me, all of what you're saying is valid. Like, of course, I get that. Like, that's normal, but we have to kind of learn how to shift our focus in terms of gratitude and appreciation. And before he said it like that, he gave me a scenario, and he was like, well, imagine yourself like sitting at a feast at a table, and there's all this food, all the things that you love are there, all your favorite snacks, all your favorite meals, all of your, favorite drinks and everything, and you're hungry. And you're just, like someone's just like, okay, like have at it, enjoy the feast. So you're doing your thing, and then out of nowhere, like 15 minutes before time, they just pull everything from you. So are you going to be upset that you didn't get to finish, or are you going to enjoy the feast that you had and remember all the things that you had? So it really got me, and it's kind of almost silly and something, that we can really think about in depth, but it got me to the point where I was like, yeah, this is a silly metaphor, but actually it's really true. And in that moment, it really resonated with me because I was so caught up in thinking about the things that I won't have with my dad, or in this case, the things that maybe we don't have in life, right? Instead of focusing on all of the beautiful memories that I had for, at that time, the 36 years that I had with my dad, all the fun things that we did together, all the wonderful things that he taught me, all those things. So if we learn to kind of shift, and I think as people, as a culture even, into gratitude and appreciation, no matter what we have financially, there's always something there that we can learn from, remember. And I think there's just so much love in our world, but it's easy for us to kind of get distracted by other things. So it's a nice time to just kind of like pause and remember the things that you do have going for you, the love that surrounds you through your friends, your community, focus on that stuff, and that's really going to just help build you up. And that did help me process the fact that my dad wasn't going to be around a lot longer, and I chose to focus on those positive memories and all the great things that I got out of being his daughter.
Thank you for sharing. We know that that was very personal, but I know that that's going to touch a lot of people who watch the podcast, who listen to the podcast. We all have lost loved ones and really care for people. But like you said, it's about those times that we spend with them that, we always have those memories. I can just remember back to the episode Bonding on a Budget, where we talked about those trips that you did with your family, I did with my family, that no matter how much money was spent, we're going to have those memories. Like, we remember the bonding, we remember the fun, the love in all of those trips and experiences. So, again, I really thank you for sharing with us. And, thank you for being transparent and vulnerable.
Yeah. I'm a little bit mushy sometimes. I like to share those things. So,
All right. So as we're talking about gratitude, y'all, we want to, kind of talk about those moments, those everyday moments when it comes to gratitude. And, I think gratitude and money, kind of sound like an odd pair, if you will. But they really go hand in hand. Gratitude teaches, responsibility. It teaches accountability when it comes to children. And it also teaches you kind of how to be a good steward, which we're going to get into stewardship on this episode, because it shifts the focus from I don't have enough to I have more than enough to make wise choices. So, parents, let's talk about practical ways to teach gratitude at home. So, one of the ways is to talk about blessings, not just budgets. So, you can ask your kids, what's something money can't buy you that you're grateful for today? Right? If you have this conversation, perhaps daily, but even if you don't have it daily, it should be a regular conversation that you have with your kids and ask them, what's something money can't buy that you're grateful for today? You can also model thankfulness out loud, right? So whether it's just paying the bills or tipping a server or donating, let your kids hear your gratitude in action, right? I think a lot of times, especially as adults, we don't want to, we want to bless people, but we don't want to see people seeing us bless others, right? We want to kind of do it in secret and, as if we're like Batman or, just this person that's, before you look, we're gone in the wind. Let them see that. Let them see that you care, that you love others, that you have a big heart, and that you are grateful. Another one could be connect giving to gratitude. So when they give, rather it is money, time, or kindness, help them see how giving multiplies joy. With us being in this holiday season, everybody is, excited and ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Me and Tiff have already put up the Christmas tree already. And I know a lot of people, say, hey, that's against the rules. It should be like after Thanksgiving. But as a homeowner, I feel you should invest into a nice tree and put it up as soon as you
Yeah,
can.
it sets the mood.
Exactly. So as you are getting into that holiday season, connect that giving to gratitude. It's all about taking care of others, showing other people love, and we truly feel that that starts within your family. So be that example, be the first person to show that love and that gratitude and connect the gratitude to your giving.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union. At Silver State Schools Credit Union, our focus is to provide excellent member service and financial solutions for life.
Las Vegas, it's time your groceries, rent, and bills start rewarding you with cash. With the 2% Cash Rewards credit card from Silver State Schools Credit Union, you'll earn on every purchase. Our home, vehicle, and personal loan rates are some of the most competitive in the industry. Plus, members enjoy mobile banking and video chat for secure face-to-face support. Anyone can join. Become a member today and discover why Silver State Schools Credit Union is banking done better.
So I know we said we were going to talk about stewardship, and stewardship, I think, is a big word, but it starts very small, like in small steps. So for those who may have never even heard the word stewardship, stewardship simply means taking care of what you've been given, not just for yourself, but for others. And when we teach kids stewardship, it really teaches them these three things: responsibility, how to manage money wisely, respect for the work it takes to earn it, money, and reflection on how money can serve a purpose beyond self. And one of my favorite ways to kind of teach this and walk through it, we've already done it here in multiple episodes, but we're going to do it again, is that save, spend, and give. You can do this as a family. You can put them in jars, clear jars, so you see exactly what you guys are putting in those jars And it can be powerful. It can be life-changing. It's really something where if you are that kid that needs that visual learning, you can see it. Because kids can see their stewardship right there. How savings builds patience, how spending builds discipline, and how giving builds purpose. So to the parents out there, when your child learns stewardship early, they can grow into adults, right? Knowing that it's not about just owning these things. It's about valuing things. Because to the student or child who can steward $5 well, as you grow older and you start making money, you'll be able to steward $50, $500, $5,000, right? Doesn't matter how much money it is, what you learn as a child, you'll be able to continue that path and use that wisdom as you grow older.
Yeah, and I love how you're giving this example. Again, I know we've talked about it a lot, but it's just really important for kids to actually get that hands-on practice doing it instead of you just talking about it. That will really transition them well to, if it's, teenagers to young adults, to really having a touch, a feel, an understanding of like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, we used to budget money like this. We had jars, and they'll be able to really understand it. I was at a school today and, talking about budget, and some of the kids, they felt like they had seen it before, they had done it before, but I met some other high schoolers who, they really were just kind of confused by the whole thing. So I love this example because it gets kids involved early and gives them something tangible to touch and feel and understand. So I think that's a really important piece.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union. At Silver State Schools Credit Union, our focus is to provide excellent member service and financial solutions for life.
A trusted, lasting relationship. That's what you get at Silver State Schools Credit Union. For over 70 years, we've put Nevadans first with personalized service, cutting-edge technology, and expert financial guidance. Managing daily expenses, planning for the future, navigating life's unexpected moments, our team will help you through it all. Anyone can join. Become a member today and discover why Silver State Schools Credit Union is banking done better.
So before we wrap this season, we want to give you the final seeds of wisdom. So this week's seed of wisdom is: the goal isn't to raise rich kids. It's to raise wise kids. Because wealth without gratitude is emptiness. But gratitude with wisdom, that's legacy, y'all. And this season has just been more than financial tips. We've given a lot of those, but it's really been about heart transformation. We're really speaking and trying to dig in deep when it comes to your heart, the way that you just are as a person. Because we've talked about a lot of things, right? Allowances, budgeting, side hustles, and savings. But every topic has pointed back to one truth. When you teach a family to handle money with purpose, you help them live with peace. And I want to go back to just a simple formula for folks who might need even more. So when you talk about money plus gratitude gives you that peace, it equals peace. And stewardship plus wisdom equals legacy. So again, we're speaking to your hearts. We want you to change the way you think about money so it can change your family's life. So I want to thank, again, everyone for being a part of this milestone, for being a part of history, for being a part of season 1 of the Financial Seeds podcast. We've talked about everything when it relates to money, family, finance, because we truly care about you. the people, the family, every family member. We want you to win and have all the money in the world, but we want it to be a tool, right? We don't want it to master you. We want you to master the money so it can change your lives. So again, special shout out to Dre being on the boards every episode. Special shout out to just Silver State Schools Credit Union, like everybody that we work with, everybody who listens and watches the podcast. We see you, we hear you. Even if you've never said anything to us, we still see you. We still just love you. We can't do this without y'all, so we thank you for holding us down. I want to give a special shout out to my co-host, Bree, for being here at every episode. We're just looking forward to doing this again, right? Right. Like season 1 ain't the only season, y'all. Like we have an internal goal, and I'm just going to put this out there. 100 episodes. 100 episodes. That is one of our goals that we have with this podcast. And for us to make it to 100 episodes, we need you. We need you. If you're watching this, I'm pointing right at you. We need you to continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, please. We need this. If you like what we're doing, give us a review, right? That 5-star review. We can't wait to just hear how some of this stuff is maybe changing your family, again, your mindset, your heart. We want to hear this. So please let us know. Share this with folks. If you're on social media, you already know, please follow us on our social media accounts. And again, we cannot wait to see you in the new year, 2026, for season 2. So please follow us, please subscribe so you can get all the updates on when we're going to start season 2 and when we're going to just have all of the things, more guests, more interviews, more insight, more wisdom, and as always, more seeds. So until next time, we wish everybody a happy holiday season. My name is JimDre. Her name is Bree. Keep planting those seeds, and we will see you in 2026.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union. Hosted by JimDre Westbrook, co-hosted by Brianna Chavez, produced by Leandre Fox, and created in the Scott A. R. Kills production studio. The Financial Seeds podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended as financial, legal, or tax advice. All opinions expressed are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Silver State Schools Credit Union. Listeners should consult with a qualified financial professional for advice specific to their individual situation.